I think I'm live. I hope I'm live. If I'm live, hello. If I'm not, hello. Kind of an impromptu New Year's Eve live stream here. Let me just see if I can pull this up. I want to see what we're going to talk about tonight. If anything. Oh, look, there I am. Hey, come on over. Come join me. See if we get anyone to watch this wonderful impromptu. The only reason I'm doing this is I have to get better at speaking on my own. Usually I'm talking to people on the podcast, so I have someone to bounce off instead of just me solo. Also, I got a couple of questions yesterday and today asking when I'm going to live stream again, and I didn't know. There was no plan for this. There was nothing that was I was going to say, okay, tonight I'm going to do this, or tomorrow I'm going to do this. Just kind of happened. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting kind of addicted to live stream. And when I say I'm addicted to live stream, I don't mean that I'm addicted to doing live streams, although I do enjoy them, I have to say. But it's not like, I want to be live streaming all the time. But I am getting addicted to watching live streams. I do really enjoy watching live streams. It's the strangest thing. We get LK Computers. Greetings. Happy New Year's Eve. And it's strange. Whenever I fire up the computer and I jump onto YouTube to see what's going on, I always want to look to see who's broadcasting. Who can I hop on and watch a live broadcast? There's something, I don't know. It's just a really good feeling to watch somebody, as you see them. It's happening, as opposed to just some pre-recorded thing. So it's Eddie shit. Good morning, Eddie. Thanks for coming on and swinging by. Yeah. So and it's like I'm always looking for live streams to watch. And some of them are really, really good, like super professional, and some of them are really, really bad and hard to watch. But most of them fall somewhere in the middle, where they're not great, but they don't suck. So I'm kind of locked in and watching. So yeah, I'm kind of becoming addicted to live streams. But as I said, not me doing live streams, although I do enjoy it. Watching live streams. I just wish there was more. I wish there was like a function in YouTube, but maybe there is, and I just don't know about it. That you could like click on it and see all of the live broadcasts that are going on and what they're called. So you could like hop around and see, which channel or which person you kind of glom onto, which one you like. If you sit there, watch it for 10 minutes. If it's boring, you bail or you come back later. Or I wish there was something like that, but unfortunately there's not. So I'm basically stuck with the people that I subscribe to and kind of hoping that they go live at certain times. So tomorrow is New Year's Eve, where we finally put this godforsaken year, 2020, behind us. Thank God. I think everyone will be glad when 2020 is over. I saw a great meme today, though, by the way. It was like next year it's going to be 2021. 2021. W-O-N. 2021. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I'm not planning on broadcasting tomorrow night. I don't know whether Matthew Williams is going to do a broadcast on... Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, LK Computer says, yeah, it's for us. It's already New Year's Eve in the UK. Fuck, you guys are up early, or are you up late? I don't know, one or the other, right? You either haven't gone to bed yet, or you did and woke up. Either way, glad you swung by. But yeah, New Year's Eve. It's strange, every year New Year's Eve there's usually lots of parties and you're out and about with family and friends. You go visit family at their houses, or you go to the bar or the pub or whatever, and you having a good old time. But nobody's doing. I wouldn't say nobody's doing it. I'm sure a lot of people are, but most people are not. Most people are just going to be stuck at home with their immediate family, and going through the motions, so to speak, until this is all over. Until we get through it and get on to the next big thing. I was looking through a website today, though, looking at some of the main news items that have happened in 2020 over the last 12 months. And there's a lot of stuff that came up that I'd kind of forgotten about. I mean, March was when coronavirus really kicked off big time. Before that, if you go back to January, it looks like that the coronavirus really didn't pop into our collective consciousness until around January 9th. I mean, there was lots of murmurs and things bubbling around, but on January 9th, the World Health Organization first announced news about the deadly coronavirus that had emerged from Wuhan in China. Morning, Sean Croucher. Good morning. January 9th, like almost a year ago. And I remember, I don't know if you guys remember, but I remember when that happened and thinking, well, sucks to be living in China. Nothing to do with us. It wasn't really a thing. It was like, yeah, whatever. It's not going to affect us. We're fine. And then on January 21st, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention confirmed the United States' first case. So our first legitimate case in the United States was on January 21st. It was somebody who had returned back to the United States from Wuhan on January 15th. And then that was it. Then it just spread like wildfire, I guess. And I know that mid-March, I think it was around March 15th to March 19th, it was around that time period when I was at work, they said, that's it. Everyone out. You got to work from home. And when we all bailed, I remember feeling that it was kind of exciting, It was like, oh, this is happening. Wow, it's like a movie. It's kind of exciting. It's all been pretty much of an anticlimax, though. It's not like some Dawn of the Dead kind of, exciting movie virus that's going to affect millions and millions and millions of people, and we're all going to be, the end of those. Well, it's been a bit of a wet blanket, I mean, it's a virus with a 99% survival rate. Most of the people that die are over 80 with underlying conditions. I mean, obviously, it's a big deal if you get it, or if someone in your family gets it. Obviously, it's a big deal. It's scary. But overall, it's not. That's what always blows my mind about this. The reaction that we've had to something that doesn't seem to be that big of a deal in reality. The reaction has been as if there's hundreds of thousands of people dying every 10 minutes. But that's clearly not the case. What else happened this is but all U.S. U.S.-centric here. But we got, let's see, back in January we had bushfires in Australia. Let's see, we had the Wuhan virus. On January 16th, the impeachment of President Trump begun. The trial. The impeachment trial for President Trump got underway. It didn't last that long. And by, what was it? By February 4th, Trump was acquitted. And he was not impeached. There was no Russian involvement. Another big thing that happened over here in the U.S. In January, was Kobe Bryant, the NBA basketball player, and his daughter were killed in a helicopter crash. That was pretty big news over here when that happened. Um, I remember the day I was working on the computer. My wife came out and said Kobe Bryant is dead, and I had to think for a second. Who's Kobe Bryant? Because I'm not a sports guy at all. I don't follow any sports. I have no clue who half these people are. But once I saw his photograph, I recognized him. But that was huge news, and it was because basketball is a huge deal here in the U.S., especially in L.A. with the Lakers, and yeah, that was huge. There was not parades, like somber parades, like people crying in the streets and stuff, and it affected a lot of people. It was very sad for a lot of people. And then in March, the NBA, the National Basketball Association, they suspended the season. They stopped the season because of COVID. Tom Hanks came out as having gotten COVID-19, and his wife. The Olympics got postponed. Then on April 18th, there was a deadly shooting in Canada. A man killed 22 people in Nova Scotia. Kim Jong-il, who everyone thought, remember everyone thought he was going to be like a vegetable or something, with all these rumors about him getting all jacked up. He came out on April 27th. He made a public appearance. He was alive and well. Everything was fine. Ended the speculation that he died. On April 29th, this is a fascinating one, the Pentagon released videos of possible UFOs. This was the videos that had already been in public domain of the Tic Tac that was released back in 2017, I want to say, where the New York Times broke the story. But back in April of this year, April the 27th of 2020, the Pentagon finally came out and confirmed that those photographs were in fact legitimate, which added another level of authenticity to the UFO phenomena in the public's mind. I mean, for wackos like me, we've always known it's real, but for Mr. and Mrs. Joe Average living out there, in regular life, in normie land, who don't even give UFOs a thought, this was just another little piece into their realization that there's something to this. Let's see, by May, we learned the death toll from COVID-19 had surpassed 100,000 people had died. What else? Okay, then shit really started getting crazy on May 25th when George Floyd was killed by a Minneapolis police officer who had his knee on Floyd's neck for nearly 9 minutes, as he kept saying he couldn't breathe, and he died. Floyd was 46 years old, and that ignited, I should say reignited, the Black Lives Matter protests, and there was protests and riots and craziness throughout May, June, and July of this year. Let's see, on July 2nd, Jeffrey Epstein's alleged madam was nabbed on sex trafficking charges. That was I still can't say her name. How the hell do you say her name? Glistine or Gestine Maxwell, Christine. I'll say Christine Maxwell. I can't say her fucking name. She was arrested on July 7th in New Hampshire, and it's so strange how that kind of case, such high profile. Her little black book, naming names, pointing fingers, telling it like it is, and since her initial arrest, there's been nothing. Like literally nothing. No, no updates, no this, no that. I remember hearing that there there was some rumors that she'd gotten coronavirus, but there was nothing was confirmed. It was purely, rumors. Then in August, California began its annual Let's Burn California to the Ground with massive wildfires that kept going right through till October. We had terrible wildfires in California. Explosions in Beirut. Biden picks a running mate. He went ahead and he picked Kamala Harris as a running mate back in August 11th when Biden picked the. Let's see. Then on August 28th, Chadwick Boseman died at the age of 43. He was the actor who played Black Panther in the Marvel movie. He died of colon cancer. I guess he'd been suffering with cancer for a number of years, but kept it on the down low and kept working. So that's kind of admirable. So it was a shock when he died. In September, the death toll for the coronavirus in the United States passed 200,000 people that had died from coronavirus. Let's see. In October, Trump, along with the First Lady, tested positive for COVID-19. I always thought that was kind of strange that Trump tested positive for COVID-19, and then like less than 2 weeks later, he was totally fine. It really makes you think there was something else going on there. What else we got here? It's all sports stuff, the fucking Dodgers and all that shit. I don't give a rat's ass about that. Election day, with the ballots, and we're all still involved in that now, I guess. It's New Year's Eve, or New Year's Eve, where a lot of you guys in the UK are already. We're still dealing with the irregularities concerning the election, whether or not that happened. Around Thanksgiving, which is in November, people were encouraged not to travel, which I think most people went along with that. Some people did not. On December 9th, the election results were certified. On December 11th, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration issued an emergency user authorization for the vaccine to prevent the coronavirus. I think by that time in the UK, they were already beginning to roll out the vaccine. I think so. And that's it. And Trump's next move in regard to the election remains unknown. It says in the news article, for the first time in history, an incumbent president won't concede the race. A lot of mystery swirls as the year winds down and Biden is set to take office. Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. I think it's on January 20th is when Biden is sworn in as the next president of the United States. But usually, weeks and weeks and weeks before that date, the current president would concede and then offer support to the new president, and then away we go. But that has not happened. President Trump has not conceded. Claims to have a lot of evidence concerning his rightful victory over Biden. We've yet to see any of this evidence. There's a lot of circumstantial evidence, I guess. All you got to do is go on YouTube and search, and you'll see a lot of very strange things as far as what happened in the voting booths. But it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. It's crazy to think that Biden claims to have had 78 million votes. And that's like, 30% more than Obama got. And I mean, what do I know? Maybe that's true. I don't know. But it sounds like a real stretch. Like, there's no, I don't see it, man. 78 million votes for a guy who can't even put a fucking sentence together? Who can't even speak? I don't know. It seems pretty strange to me. But hey, what do I know? It might be completely accurate. I have no clue. I'm playing the guessing game here. I don't have those answers. Let's see. So it's 8:20 p.m. on New Year's Eve here in Los Angeles. It's 56 degrees Fahrenheit outside, which in Celsius is 13 degrees Celsius. So I would say that's a little chilly. I don't know what you guys in the UK are saying. Is 13 degrees Celsius, is that cold? I don't know. Tell me in the chat room if you think that's cold or not. I would say that's it's a little, well, maybe not cold, but there's certainly a nip in the air, so to speak. It's a little chilly, I would say so. But what do I know? So what else is going on here? Any of you guys want to come on? I can shoot a link out into the chat room if you want to come on and say hello, and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. But if you don't, that's fine. You don't have to. Just a thought. Kind of spice it up a little bit here. It's lonely talking to yourself. I did get some Christmas Budweiser beers for Christmas, and they all have like old-fashioned cans. I got a big box of 38 cans of Budweiser, and each can has a different design on it for each can of beer, which I'm going to consume right now. I tell you what, man, over this Christmas break, I've drunk so much beer, it's ridiculous. It's so stupid. I mean, it's like you can't help yourself, you know? You're like, oh, fuck it, I don't need to go to work. I don't have to get up early. I'm just going to have a few beers. Get out of here. Leave me alone. So you end up drinking far more than you think you would. Plus, it's a little chilly back here. A little cold, yes. I filmed some chemtrails today, too. I put them on Facebook. Let me see. Do I still have the video here? Or did I delete it? Let me check. Oh, I still got it. Here it is. Let's see if I can play it for you. Let's have a look here. I'm going to change the view for a second. You want what you drink. I'm a bitter man, says Eddie Shit. I'm a bitter man. I'm bitter. I'm bitter about life. I'm very bitter. No, I know what you mean. You like bitter. Yeah. Pint of bitter, please. Let's take a quick look for some of the comments here. Sean Croucher says, I remember it well because it was my birthday on the 20th of January, and I remember thinking, this doesn't affect me. Oh, how I was wrong. Well, I guess so. He says, I remember the media showing, let me pull it up here. I remember the media showing medics in hazmat suits, people dropping like flies. Weird how we're not seeing that now, huh? Yeah, it's a good point, Sean. That's a very good point. Strange how we didn't get to that point, even though we were shown it. Let's see. Full Otto says, I got a call in January from a mate who was in the military, a military problem analyst, and he told me to get ready for a lockdown. He said that if you're not going to get COVID, it's when which was not like him at all. Yeah. I guess so. Crazy. I like your icon there. That's from Highlander. What was his name? Total brain fart. What was his name? I am the one. Yeah. What the hell was his name? I don't know. Tell me in the chat. What was the guy's name in Highlander? The bad guy. The Drogon or something. I can't think what it is. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna put a link in the chat room, and if you want to come on with me, you're welcome to. Just so we can say hello. How are you? Bloody great, lovely. Having some Budweiser, me. Delicious. The Kurgan. That's right, the Kurgan. Yes. That's Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown was the Kurgan in Highlander. That was such a shame. I mean, I remember I really enjoyed the first Highlander. Really enjoyed it. I was really looking forward to the second one. And the second one was just fucking unwatchable shit. And after that, I was like, I'm out. I know they made they made a TV show and stuff, and they tried to get it back to the way it was, but I was done after that. But I did enjoy the first one, I have to say. Now, what was I going to show you? Oh yeah, I was going to show you the video. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second here. Let's see. Hang on. Where'd the screen go? Whoa, hey, I'm back again. There we go. Oops. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there, folks. Don't worry. All right, here we go. Look at that. That's the video that I took today. What do you guys think? Tell me in the chat room if you can. And then chemtrails. There you go. That's my suspicion also. And then let me get the next one. So this one here, I have another video which I'll show you. Oops, hang on. Got to copy it out of another folder. Anyway, stay with me. Stay on target. There we go. And now we go back. And then there's this one. Now you got to remember this. The one I'm about to show you right now. This is the exact same area where I took the first video with the chemtrail. Like maybe 4 or 5 hours later. Exact same spot. It's the exact same spot. You see that? So that was the exact same area, but like maybe 4 or 5 hours after the chemtrail went over. So let me show you again. Hang on. And I zoomed in as far as I could on this, but the camera that I have doesn't have the greatest zoom. So I zoomed in as best I could, but you can clearly see the airplane. And the trail on this literally went for miles. It was not like a short little trail. And I've always thought that the way you differentiate between a chemtrail and a contrail is a contrail. You'll see it coming out of the back of the plane, but then it'll vanish. It'll start to disperse within a minute. Within 60 seconds, it starts to disperse. Whereas a contrail will go on for miles, and then slowly start to spread out and form clouds and wispy clouds and things of that nature. So you see this thing here, which I filmed earlier, right? This is the one I filmed earlier. Then several hours later, I went to the exact same spot, stood in the exact same place, and this was... Now this is the view, like 4 or 5 hours later, over the exact same spot where that plane flew. Play it again. There it is. Exact same view. Different spot. Crazy, huh? What do you think about that then, eh? Stephen Truthseeker. Hi, Stephen. He says chemtrails are the product of other technology being used on us. See chemtrailevidence.com for more information. Thank you, Stephen. Yeah, it does seem like something is being sprayed into the air. I don't have the slightest idea why or what is being sprayed. I mean, we can play the speculation game. We can, guess. But as to what's really going on, as to why what it is or why they're doing it, no idea. But I just thought it was strange that in the morning, I took the first video. It must have been, I'm guessing, maybe around 10:30 or 11 a.m., give or take, around that time, when I went out into the backyard and I saw it, and I went and grabbed my camera and I zoomed in as close as I could, because I noticed that the trail went on for miles. It was huge. It was going on. You could see it go way, way, way off into the distance. So I filmed that. And then maybe around, I would say maybe 3 p.m. So say 11 a.m. I did the first one, and then around 3 p.m. I did the second one, when you could see it got really cloudy and overcast. And if you look at the first one, how clear the sky was. There was not a cloud in the sky. It was absolutely pure, clear blue skies. The first one. The second one was all overcast and gray and miserable and dark and horrific. The perfect for a horror film. But yeah, some strange stuff. I guess nobody wants to join. Anybody, please? Bueller, anybody want to click on that link and come on and say hello? How are you? All right. Let's see. Stephen Truthseeker says, I'm not saying chemtrails are not real. I'm saying it could be some energy grid that's up there. I'm not sure what that means. Yeah, I'm not saying that chemtrails are not real either. I think they are. I'm pretty sure that they're spraying something into the atmosphere. I just don't know what, and I don't know why. But it does seem like they're spraying something. I just don't have any answers as to what they're spraying or why they're spraying. But when he's saying here, I'm saying it could be some energy grid. I'm not following you there, Stephen. Can you elaborate? Dig a little deeper. Tell us a little more, because I'm not entirely sure what you mean. Yeah, so if you could maybe type fast into the box. Or if you want to come on with me and we'll talk about it in depth, you could certainly do that too. Just click on the link in the chat, and it'll bring you right on in. And you can do this New Year's Eve for me and New Year's Eve for you. So are you guys actually going to go do anything on New Year's Eve? Are you going to go visit family, friends, go out? Or are you just going to be stuck at home with a couple of beers watching whoever's on TV? I was going to say Terry Wogan, but he's dead now, isn't he? He's gone. Terry Wogan's dead. James Duff says, oh wait, we got Eddie Shit says, aluminum, barium, and I'm sorry, aluminium, barium, and strontium. And James Duff says they're very real. Geoengineeringwatch.org. I'm not familiar with that website, but I should pull it up. It looks. Let me see if I can grab that from your link there. There we go. Let's have a look at that. Let's see what it's got on here. Oh, there it is. Wow, their website is very 1990s, if I do say so myself. Let me pull it up so we can all see it here. There it is. I'll zoom in a little bit because they got like a real 1990s vibe going on here in their website. Geoengineering, what, legal action, audio, video. Yeah, that kind of sky that they're showing right here, that's very similar to what it's like in LA almost every day. The dimming. Now I wonder, does it say anything on here as to why they're doing it or what they're doing it? Yep, this kind of sky right here. Can we get a bigger picture on that maybe? Let's see. Climate engineering, cataclysm. Yeah, these kind of skies right here. Let me zoom in on that picture if at all possible. Like that thing right there. Like these kind of skies. This is very much like the skies in over LA on most days. Not all, but most days. They look very similar to this. And I guess this is purely from them spraying, right? Spraying stuff. That's funny. A full Ado says, "Thank you for the correct pronunciation." It's on aluminum, right? Yeah. Or aluminium. Aluminum. Tomato. It's strange saying about different pronunciations. It's kind of strange. When I first moved to the United States in the early 90s, I had real difficulty saying tomato. It was very difficult for me to say tomato. And when I was, ordering food or having a sandwich made, I wouldn't get it. I wouldn't order. I wouldn't, because I couldn't bring myself to say, because I was so used to saying tomato, and I would say tomato. And it took me a number of years for me to actually be able to say tomato. Now I've been here for so long, saying tomato seems very natural, and saying tomato seems fake. Strange, huh? How you can become assimilated like the Borg. James Duff says, they've been spraying for decades, several decades worldwide. I don't doubt it. But why? What's going on here? Let's take another look at this this website. Let's see. Health. Health. What's on the health thing? Health. Yeah, this thing here looks very familiar to me. see how see I don't know. How accurate is a website like this though? Is it like I'm sure there's a lot of truthful information in here, but could it be sprinkled with lots of disinformation and bullshit also? I don't know. So we always have to be careful with this. Jet spring. The dimming. Yeah, I don't know. Caught on camera, yeah. Yeah, you can see them this spraying. Something is being sprayed into the air. There's no question. They really are spraying something. Just wish I knew what or why. Any other good websites you could recommend besides this one? We could pull up. I'm not sure what it is. Let's see. Steven says, get Andrew Johnson on your show. Andrew Johnson. Is there a website for Andrew Johnson? Can I pull it up and take a look at him? See what's up with Mr. Johnson? James Duff says, climate engineering, soft kill, depopulation. So this is what, slowly killing us? But how? Which way? Wouldn't it be easier just to create a worldwide pandemic that really did kill people as opposed to, just the old ones? I don't know. I always think there'd be an easier way to depopulate, but maybe I just don't know. Maybe I'm just not seeing the big picture. Don't know what to tell you. Let's see. Andrew Johnson. Let me search for him. Andrew Johnson. checktheevidence.com. Is that the one you're telling me about? Checktheevidence.com. Let's have a look if I can pull it up. .com. Checktheevidence.com. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Let me pull it up. Yeah, another late 90s website. Why can't they update their websites? Why do all these websites look like they're, 25 plus years old? I don't know. Let's see here. Evidence. Audio, visual, documents, FAQ. See, flat earth. Oh, this is pretty good. Have you looked at the flat earth theories, ideas and videos? If you've been fooled into thinking the earth is flat because NASA faked the moon landings and that hides the data of doctored photos, please read this link or write to me. There you go. Can I send you images of chemtrails? Have you seen that dome on Mars? So does this guy have videos, like lectures and stuff on regard to, I'm looking. Oh, here we go. I knew there'd be a book somewhere. Let's see. 9/11, Secrets of the Solar System, DVDs, T-shirts, leaflets. Oh, you got to pay for the leaflets? On 9/11 leaflets. Wad of 50. 60 pence. Cheap it off the price. They won't let you see them. Oh, there we go. Where did the towers go? Oh, maybe this guy's into like Judy Wood's hypothesis. Because, if you look at these towers, they literally are being almost vaporized, right? They're immediately turning into dust, which is highly strange, to say the least. It's bizarre, in fact. I remember when I think it was Ben Emlyn Jones who told me about Judy Wood. And when he first started explaining it to me, I didn't buy it. I was like, this sounds like just a bunch of nonsense. Like energy beams from orbit or whatever, zapping buildings and disintegrating them. It sounded ridiculous. And then I saw a lecture online with Judy Wood. And she was so convincing. It really made me think twice. And what I found really convincing about the way she spoke about the buildings coming down is that she gave no conclusion, because people would ask us, so you're telling me that space lasers or energy beams came down? She says, nope, I'm not telling you anything of the sort. All I'm telling you is, here's what could have caused what happened. And she would only go by the evidence. And I found that very, very refreshing for her to come out and say that. And it really, really made me think about it seriously, as opposed to just dismissing it. Because the way your mind works is when you're confronted with information that does not correspond with your worldview, but how you think reality functions, you tend to want to dismiss it immediately. You want to push it away. Nope. I don't want to know. That's obvious bullshit. You guys are mental. Get out of here. And sometimes it takes a little while for it to seep in, and for you to, wait a second, And I did buy her book. I bought Judy Wood's book, Where Did the Towers Go? It was kind of expensive too. I think it was like $50 or $60, and it was like this massive book, this big, hardback, giant, with tons of color photographs. And I still haven't read it. I know I should, but it's difficult to find the time sometimes to, So this guy, the Check the Evidence, this, what's his name? Andrew Johnson, you said his name was? Is that the guy who's doing all this Check the Evidence thing? Oh, he's got the secret space program going on here. 9/11, Face on Mars. Let me pull it back up so you can see. 9/11. He's got the secrets of the solar system. Yeah, it really does paint a picture of our reality that doesn't gel with the way we perceive our reality. It's a far greater, more complex reality than what we think it is. When you think, I was thinking about this earlier. When you try and discuss these ideas with people, most people perceive reality as, I get up in the morning, I have breakfast, I go to work, I sit in my office or wherever I work, and I work on a bunch of meaningless shit all day, working on spreadsheets and blah, 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 whatever bullshit I gotta do. And then I go home and I eat some food, maybe eat some pizza, drink some beer, I watch the football game, maybe I fuck the wife, then I go to bed, and then I go back and do the whole thing all over again. And that's your world, that's your bubble. And there's no thought beyond that. That's just your reality. And anything that kind of contradicts that worldview is rejected. Eddie Shit says he wears a shitty blue fleece. Who does? Who wears a shitty blue fleece? Did I miss something? Oh, this is pretty good though. Steven Truthseeker says, "It's real, mate. You're a wizard, Harry. It's real, mate. You're a wizard, Harry." When you say something like that, like it's real, don't get me wrong. I'm strongly leaning in the direction of the reality of some of these topics. But we don't know. right? We're all playing the speculation game here, right? We don't have all the information. And when we don't have all the information, it's very difficult to make legitimate decisions and come up with real solutions to problems. I mean, we have little pieces. We might have a piece here and a piece over here and a piece over there. And we try and join these pieces together, and it might even make sense. But there might be several pieces in between there, which gives you another scenario that you can't even begin to comprehend. So without having all the information, it's very difficult to get to the truth. Now, there is an awful lot of evidence, from my perspective, that does point into the direction of this stuff being real. That there is a secret space program or a breakaway civilization, that Richard Dolan coined. That kind of makes sense to me. That there is a segment of humanity that does have access to crazy advanced technology, and are living, on Earth and maybe on Mars, maybe out. They have the technology to do that. But I don't know. It's all speculation, right? We're all just imagining. We're all just playing the speculation game. We do not know. And this always makes me suspicious when someone comes out and says, I know the truth. This is real. Let me tell you why. It always makes you think, okay, well, whenever somebody says they have all the answers, it makes me think about, well, they're either mental or they're intentionally lying to me. You know what I mean? Because they can't have all the answers. They can't have all the information. But, like I always say, what do I know? I could be wrong. Maybe they do have all the answers. I don't know. That's just the feeling that I deal with. Let's see. Full Addo says, I watched a program where they said the insurance was amended to double payout 1 month before they hit, and the week before they hit, the building security detail was reduced. Oh, that's for 9/11, I'm assuming, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't doubt that. That's entirely possible. Eddie Shit gives the Rich Planet shirt. Oh, is that where the fleece thing you were talking about? Is that where that one comes in? I like one step at a time there, Jim boy. What'd you ever learn, Jim boy? Finnegan. Remember that in Star Trek? What'd you ever learn, Jim boy? Remember Finnegan in Star Trek? Maybe you don't know that if you're not a Star Trek nerd like me. Well, I've been on for almost an hour, and I'm thinking, unless I can get one of you maniacs to come on with me, I'm going to be bailing in like maybe 10 or 15 minutes because I'm rapidly running out of topics. I think I should plan this out a little better instead of just these, like 3 seconds before I'm going to go live thinking, I'm going to go live now, hit the button, boop. Maybe I should work out some kind of plan on what to discuss. I just wanted to jump on. Oh, and I think everyone in the chat room was on the Boxing Day, the Mindset Boxing Day Bonanza, which I'm still reeling from, by the way. I still can't believe how well that went. And then it lasted for almost 10.5 hours. That blew my mind. I could not believe it because the time went like that for me. Flew by. I couldn't believe it. I was talking to, who was I talking to? I was talking to Chris Reinert and Alex Rodini, and we were there yapping away, blah, 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 talking away. And then Alex was like, "Yeah, I gotta go now. I gotta be up. I gotta be up for work." And I said, "What time is it?" I looked at the time, and I was like, "Holy shit! We've been doing this for 10 hours." I was, okay, time to bail, because if he hadn't have said, "I've got to go," and we probably would have kept going, which is ridiculous. But from my perspective, it was an enormous success and a huge amount of fun. I had an absolute blast doing it, but I did drink rather a lot. I'm sure if you watched the live stream, you could probably tell as the show went on, I became more and more as I kept guzzling. I don't know how much beer I drank. I drank a shit ton of beer that night. It was insane. What's this? Full Addo says, root cause analysis, my learned friend. It's hard to do without all of the facts. I completely agree, dear boy. It's very true. And this is something that we suffer from, delving into these kind of fields of alternate reality. We only have little snippets, little pieces that we can grab onto as evidence or facts or things that point in a certain direction. But we don't have all the pieces, so it's very difficult to kind of drill down and get to what's really going on, which is a shame. But more and more information comes out over time. We get more and more of those pieces that we can bring in and line up and kind of make something out of them. So I think that we are slowly but surely over time getting closer and closer to developing a picture of what may be going on behind the scenes. But it's not a definitive picture, and it's a picture that will probably keep changing over time as we acquire more information. But yeah, it's very difficult to get to the truth, and you know, it's very true. You cannot make good decisions without having all the information. The more information you have, the better the decision you can make, and we simply don't have that. James says, did you check out Gemma O'Doherty's website? Matt lost over 200 subscribers by giving it out and laughing at. Oh yeah, I know. I remember that. I was on that chat. When wow, I didn't know he lost 200 subscribers. Yeah, but that was pretty crazy. I was surprised that he actually went there. You know. I knew he was talking about it, but to actually go there and start showing the site, it was like, whoa. But I don't know. I don't really understand the mentality of, oh, I'm so angry, I'm going to unsubscribe. Whatever. I don't know. I'm sure they subscribed to the Secret Vault because they enjoyed Matt's videos, and I guess once they've cooled down after their momentarily lapse of reason. Hey, you like Pink Floyd reference? You like that? They'll come back and start watching his videos again and probably hit subscribe. I'm guessing. I don't know. But yeah, I mean that video he showed. Up until he showed it, I had no idea the thing even existed. You know. But yeah. Stephen Truthseeker says, well, there are good facts and bad facts, and then we have the truth, which is in line with the universe. Good facts and bad facts. So you're coming from the angle where a fact is not a true piece of information. It's a piece of information. A fact is a piece of information that can either be true or not true, I guess. Or maybe I'm confusing the word good and bad with true and not true, like good being true and bad being not true, bad being false. I guess. I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of let's see. What else is going on? Oh, here's it go. Full Ado says, how you haven't got more subs amazing me. You've got a very watchable presence. I'm off now. Have a fantastic new year. Sir! Thank you, Kurgan. It amazes me too, man. It really does. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it either, but I would like some more subs. You know, if you guys in the chat room haven't subscribed, now might be the time. Hit the button, mofo. But I'm assuming most of you, if not all of you, probably have already subscribed. But if you haven't, I mean, lightly subscribe so you can see future content on the Mindset Central channel. Okay, last call for lost orders, please. Do your talking while you're walking. Lost orders, please. Last chance. Somebody come on and yap with me, or I'm out of here. Probably not. You're all too scared. Oh, I don't have my camera set up, do I? I don't have my webcam set up. God blimey. What am I going to do? Fucking hell, I just went on YouTube. I didn't think I was going to be talking to you. Ricky! Just one of you. Come on out. There you go. Steven has subbed. Thank you, Steven. And you're a wizard, Harry. Thank you, Steven. Thank you, appreciate it. And contact Andrew. I will check out Andrew's stuff. You know, I like to talk to people that have alternate points of view. Because I always, whenever I talk to people that have points of view that I don't know about or don't understand or instinctually disagree with, I usually go into the conversation thinking they might have some information that I don't have. You know, as opposed to going into the conversation thinking, well, I'm right, you're wrong, and I'm going to prove you're wrong. I'm going to argue with you, and you're going to come out of this knowing that I'm right. I'm going to win. I don't go into it like that. I'm like, well, maybe they know something I don't know. You know, maybe they'll tell me something, and I'll be like, whoa, I never thought of that before. You know? But anyway, been talking for an hour, so none of you guys got the guts to come on here with me, so go fuck yourself. I'm kidding. I was hoping at least one of you would come on so we could extend this, but I guess not. But thank you so much for coming in on the chat, and it's been great conversing with you via text. I've really, really appreciated it. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you all on the next live stream, whether it be here on Mindset or maybe on Matthew's channel. I'll probably pop over there occasionally whenever he does a live stream. I'll see you guys all over there. Thank you so much for coming by, and I'll talk to you all again very soon. And I'll try and reach out to Andrew to see what's up with the chemtrail stuff, because it's fascinating. All right, guys. Have a great night, and Happy New Year. Talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.